So I started the week with a writing date with myself at a cafe, and it was like glorious weather, so I decided to sit outside, and I like to pretend I'm at a Parisian cafe even though the view is a little bit different. And I had my usual vanilla latte, and I got quite a lot of writing done. I love whenever there's people passing by and there's a lot of activity around me. I just find it inspiring and it makes me more creative. I think it gets me out of my own head and makes me stop thinking about to-do lists and things like that. And I've just been thinking about being kinder to myself a lot this week because I'm realising how hard I am on myself as a writer and an artist and just in general. And I was thinking, like, I wouldn't treat a friend the way I treat myself, and I'm the person that I spend the most time with. So I'm working on that, and I'm just wondering if anyone else is working on that too, and how it affects your journey as an artist. And I always look really bored or sad whenever I'm working on something, but that's just my concentrating face. Sometimes inside my head I'm smiling when in reality I'm not. Does anyone else have this problem? Because people ask me sometimes what I'm sad about, and I'm like, I thought I was beaming, but clearly not. And the sky was such a beautiful shade of blue, and it reminds me of when I was little and my friend used to say that it was a Simpsons day if it was like blue skies and white clouds. When I got home, I hung some laundry out on the line. I actually really enjoyed doing that. It's one of those activities that's mindless, but you kind of get ideas when you're doing it, and there's just something peaceful about it. It sort of makes you slow down. Do you have any small things that make you happy that you can think of, or things that are maybe called a chore, but it doesn't actually feel like that to you? I think that we all spend a lot of time on our phones now, and we're always using the internet, and even whenever it's productive and creative, it sort of tires your brain out. And sometimes I think like it's actually really like it's being kind to yourself when you take the time to do something where you're not looking at a screen and you can just sort of like move at a slower pace, and you're using your hands, and it kind of frees your mind for ideas to fall into it. And I was just listening to a podcast here, and yeah, it just like it was an opportunity to have some thinking time by myself while my kids were at school. And then I made myself like I'd got a baguette when I went shopping, and I made myself like a falafel sandwich, and I think it's nice to take the time to do that for yourself even if you're on your own. I love sitting in the garden when it's sunny and warm. I think it's like so important for your mental health, and I just always feel in a better mood whenever I've got some vitamin D. And I just took the time to write in my journal. I wasn't writing anything in particular or anything that was for a project, just random thoughts. I'm sure if I read back over them, like I would just think that a lot of it was pointless, but I think that it always helps putting things to paper, and it kind of quietens your mind and makes you focus on the moment that you're in. And I like to write lists of things that I'm grateful for too. I think it just reminds me like how many good things there are in my life. There's something about the physical act of using a pen as well, which is different to using a computer, and it just rests your eyes a little and it feels like you're closer to your writing. I try to walk every day to get my kids from school, and I walk in the mornings as well. I just think it really helps my head, and it sort of slows everything down and you don't have to deal with traffic. I decided to do a really simple barbecue since the weather was so good, so I just made sausages and then threw some veg on as well, even though I knew my kids wouldn't eat it.
Because they actually look really nice.
The This morning I finally tried the new deli near my house, and I love their glasses for the coffee. It's so cute, and I just like the kind of personal touches. Hi, so I just thought I'd make a video to kind of talk about what my plans are for this week and what I'm working on. I'm trying to be kinder to myself this week because I think I'm really hard on myself all the time, and I think that a lot of writers and artists are like that and can be critical of their own work, and it's inspiring to watch people that don't do that to themselves, and they just love everything they do and celebrate their work and don't put a huge amount of pressure on themselves. Because I don't know, I think if you're doing something where you're the person that has to motivate yourself and you're basically coming up with the ideas for your own work all the time, it's hard to know when to switch off and when you're doing too much. So my plan is to try to treat myself the way I would treat a friend, and this morning I'm having a pain au chocolat and some coffee, and I just got back from a cafe where I wrote 2,000 words, but it didn't feel in any way pressurized. I just sort of let myself write what I felt like writing, and it just kind of flowed more easily then. I've started writing a new book about a week ago, and I'm at 12,000 words now, so it's based on a true story, and I feel like it's just been quite easy to write, and the structure is just coming together by itself. And it's a bit of a gloomy day here today. We had the best weather of the year yesterday, and that was when I had the barbecue with my kids, and I'm glad we did that now because it looks like this is going to be a hibernation day. It's been raining, and I just feel like being cozy in the house, and it actually inspires me to work more on creative stuff whenever the weather isn't good. I just think when it's sunny I get really lazy, and I just want to sit in the sun and space out and not really do anything. I like to be busy, but I think you can also burn yourself out if you do too much, so I just want to kind of try to pace it properly and not try to do everything in one day. And I have total headphone hair because I was listening to a podcast while I walked home from dropping my kids at school, and I don't know, there's just something really nice about whenever the madness is over and you've left everyone to school, and then you get some peace to just walk and kind of process your thoughts, because I don't feel like there's time for that in the morning. And I've been enjoying audiobooks as well from the library. If you get the online account, you can download any ebooks or audiobooks that you want for free. So this is the final proof copy of my book, and I've published it now on Amazon, so it's available just in paperback. I thought that would work better because it's an art book, and it's got I just think that the paintings work better on paper, and it's nice to have an art book to kind of flip through. I've just added random thoughts as well. It's supposed to just be an uplifting read, with cheerful colours and just little gentle kind of thoughts about art and about life in general. So it's $7.99 and it's up on Amazon, and yeah, I hope you like it, and if anyone reads it, I'd really appreciate if you have time, if you could leave a review. Thanks. So I'm going to think about what I like to do, what makes me feel better, and try to fit those things into the day. So what are your things that you do to cheer yourself up? Weirdly, I kind of like cleaning when I'm in the right mood for it, and I can listen to something while I'm doing it and just kind of disappear into another world. So I might do that, and I think I'm going to make a lemon cake and get dinner ready for later. So I hope you have a good day. Bye.